2023 is slowly coming to an end, and although this year we had a lot of interesting titles, some more than the others, in the next, many more games worth of our attention await us. Now, for all of you who were not thrilled with the new games that came out, and are somehow stuck with the good old titles, like Skyrim for example, here are a few games that you may not have played that are reminiscent of Skyrim in some way. Skyrim have an enormous audience. It is absolutely amazing how one single player game can hold so many people after more than 10 years. Of course, there are things like re-release, modding support, etc., but none can say that this game is not good. There are tons of mods for Skyrim out there that can completely change the look and feel of original game, but that can be topic for another video. In this video we will talk about some games, good ones in my opinion, which you can play if you want to take a break from Skyrim or while waiting for some new ones to come out. So without further ado, let's hop in. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is an action role-playing game developed and published by Capcom. It's an expanded and enhanced version of the original Dragon's Dogma game, which was released back in 2012. Dark Arisen was released in 2013 for various platforms and includes additional content and improvements of the original game. Although it's a game that comes from the Japanese studio, it somehow mixed the Japanese style with the Western one, and that actually looks really good. The first thing that sets Dragon's Dogma apart is the pawn system. This system lets you create your main character and hire two AI-controlled pawns. But what's cool is you can also recruit pawns created by other players online. These pawns level up, learn from battles, and offer invaluable support, making each adventure unique. Now, the combat in this game is where it really shines. It's fast-paced, action-packed, and full of depth. You choose a vocation like fighter, mage, strider or more, and you can switch between them as you level up. The combat is all about strategy, and it feels so satisfying. You can even climb onto giant creatures, attack specific body parts, and perform some insane combos like in Monster Hunter games for example. The vast open world, huge amount of different creatures and characters, intriguing and layered story, this game, although a little tougher than Skyrim, can easily be on your must-play list. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is a hidden gem of the RPG genre definitely, and with Dragon's Dogma 2 announced, there is no reason not to get Dark Arisen and prepare yourself for the second game. Two Worlds 2. Two Worlds 2 is an open-world action RPG developed by Reality Pump Studios and published by Topware Interactive. It was released back in 2010 as a sequel to the original Two Worlds game and takes players on a sprawling journey through the land of Antalur. Now, the game's story may not win any awards, but it sets the stage nicely. You play as the hero from the first game, trapped in a dungeon after thwarting an evil conspiracy. The land of Antalur is in turmoil and you must embark on a quest to save your sister and unravel the mysteries of the world. The world itself is a mix of typical fantasy fare with a dash of steampunk, and it's filled with interesting characters and factions. The game offers a lot of character customization with different classes and unique magic system. You can mix and match abilities to create your own play style, which is a big plus. The combat system is, it's serviceable. It's a mix of melee and ranged combat and it can be a bit clunky at times, but it gets the job done. Now, what is really cool is the crafting system, which lets you create and upgrade your weapons and armor, adding a layer of depth to your gear. If you search both first and second Two World games online, you can come across mixed opinions. Some people love the game, some of them hate it. On the other side, there are some realistic ones who can accept both good and bad and at the end give the final thoughts based on the results. For example, the magic system is one of the standout features of the game. It's a card-based system where you combine cards to cast spells. The flexibility here is really awesome and experimenting with different combinations can be a lot of fun. Two Worlds 2 boasts a massive open world, and I mean really massive. There are various regions to explore, each with its own unique flavor and environment. From lush forests to barren deserts, the game offers a diverse landscape that you can get lost in. And speaking of getting lost, the game's map can be a bit confusing at times, but it's all part of the adventure. In conclusion, Two Worlds 2 is a mixed bag. It's not without its flaws, including some dated graphics and occasional bugs. However, there is an expansive world to explore and magic system is a real highlight. If you are a fan of open world RPGs and can overlook some of its shortcomings, it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you can find it at a good price. Dragon's Age Inquisition. Is this game perfect for this list? Well, some of you will probably say no, but this is not your list anyway, right? Just kidding guys, Dragon's Age Inquisition is definitely must play if you are a fan of role-playing games. Unlike most of the RPGs out there, in this one you don't have only one main character, you have a whole team. Although you create your character at the beginning of the game, you will have the opportunity to meet other characters who can join your team, and you can actually play all of them. Not only to control them, but to level up, choose skills, gear up, everything you actually do with your main character. The game's companions are a real highlight. Each character has a unique personality, background, and their own quests and storylines. You can build deep relationship with them, and the choices you make can impact your relationships and overall story. Dragon Age Inquisition features a vast open world that's just begging to be explored. You'll traverse a variety of terrains, from sprawling forests and lush meadows to treacherous mountains and eerie swamps. The environments are diverse and meticulously crafted, making you feel like you're truly part of this living, breathing world. Combat is a mix of real-time action and tactical pose, where you can strategize and issue commands to your party members. It strikes a great balance, giving you control while also allowing you to dive into the action. Although you can pause your game and make various tactics depending on almost everything, you can also play the game without using pause at all, like I did for example. All in all, maybe this game is not perfect Skyrim-like game, but in comparison to other RPGs out there, it's definitely worth your time and will give you tons of fun, I'm more than sure. Divinity 2 Developer's Cut. Divinity 2 Developer's Cut is an action RPG developed by Larian Studios. It's actually an expanded version of the original Divinity 2 Ego Draconics, with numerous improvements and additional content, including the Flames of Vengeance expansion. Have you ever wanted to transform into dragon in the game? Well, if you did, you can do that in this game. You will play as a Dragon Slayer, a character with the unique ability to transform into dragon. The story is a rollercoaster ride of a political intrigue, betrayal, and a powerful adversary known as Damien. Some of you won't like this game cause it's a little bit older, but even after more than 10 years, I honestly like how the game looks, especially the world. Arisen is an open world that begs to be explored. The diverse environments, from lush forests to gloomy dungeons and bustling cities, are beautifully designed and filled with secrets, creatures and quests. The combat is real-time and hack and slash, with a heavy emphasis on strategy. You will have to manage your skills, spells and equipment wisely to succeed, and also there is a rich crafting system allowing you to create and modify your gear. Similar as with Dragon Age Inquisition, you won't be alone on this adventure too. You can recruit a variety of companions, each with their own stories and abilities. The relationships you build with them can influence the game's outcome, adding depth and replayability. Divinity 2 Developer's Cut is a fantastic RPG that stands the test of time. It delivers a captivating story, a richly detailed world, deep character customization, and most important, the ability to transform into a dragon. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And yeah, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt must be on this list guys. Beside that medieval setting and some magic, we can't say it's a completely similar game to Skyrim. But hey, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is one really great game and it takes place on many different game lists, including this one. Not only because I'm a big fan of this game, but Witcher 3 is perhaps the best open world fantasy RPG ever made. Story is absolutely amazing, side quests and Witcher contracts even better. Dialogues, multiple endings depending on your choices in the game, consequences for every action. This game is so beautifully deep. Combat is brutally good. Combination of your sword fighting and using of signs, potions, crossbow etc. A huge variety of enemies, both human and monsters. Tons of weapons and armors. This game has almost everything you can imagine. Let's not forget the world. The world in Witcher 3 is something most beautiful you will ever encounter in any game. Beside the visual look, you can feel the ambience, hear amazing music and enjoy every moment spent in the game. That's not all, in case you enjoy the game and you don't want to finish it, don't worry. The game replayability is amazing, and considering you have multiple different endings, you will play it at least couple of times. Plus to that, Witcher 3 have huge DLCs that adds around 30 hours of game time. This is a small list of games that can remind you of Skyrim and that you can play while you're waiting for newer ones to come out. There are many more Skyrim-like games out there, and don't worry, I will make a couple more videos like this in which I will try to mention them all. These 5 are my favorite in this moment, but I will add much more in upcoming videos. What is your favorite Skyrim-like game? Share your thoughts in comments below. Like on this video would be super appreciated so we can please the algorithm gods, and don't forget to subscribe for more gaming videos. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.